It's a great club. I mean, for me, it's a sleeping giant. Massive community club, and you just come here any night of the week and you see the hub of activity from our toddlers to our ladies teams, right through the senior setup. So we like to think we have that golden thread that knits right through the whole club.
Rosario is a massive club. We have well over 1,000 players and over 250 volunteers. To run the club, there are I think it's 11 different subcommittees between mini soccer, junior soccer, senior soccer, girls, safeguarding, marketing, comms, finance, fundraising. It's a small business. 95% of our players all are from the locality. You look at our first team panel, over 20 of them will have come through the youth ranks here.
One of my pillars when I came into the club was I wanted to knit the senior club with the junior club. I thought when I came in there was a bit of a disconnect, and we were lost a lot of players when it got to that 18 stage. So we've now put in place a development team, which was started last year, and that's going to create a bridge for the young lads. It's just coming out of junior football, maybe not ready to step straight into senior football. From I've been at the club, I think we've give maybe 15 to 20 debuts to our junior players who are now part of the senior setup, be it either in the first team already, like some of Jack Rayleigh's.
His Rosario goes way back till about under 15 or 16 when I first joined. I came there and I played for the youth teams for about 4 years and was captain for the team and won a couple of trophies. Barry came to me one training session and said to come up and play and to come up and train.
Let's make sure there's a pathway that these kids can go on to play and represent the club.
He brought me up, and ever since that I've just been flying with the senior team, and he's kept me in, he's put faith in me.
The biggest thing in the future at the minute is the girls' football. The girls' football has grown in the last 2 or 3 years exponentially.
Women's football is very important, and it's getting stronger, especially with the Northern Ireland ladies now qualifying for the Euros. I think there'll be a lot more interest. We have a big club of girls here with 250, 260 girls playing football from the age of 6 up till senior ladies here.
I've been playing since I was 6 and I play right back, and it's just been a lovely experience playing for them.
The sport is getting stronger and stronger, and these girls are out a couple of times a week playing, and they really enjoy it.
And I love that more girls are now playing football because some people would have just thought that it was a boys' sport, and that sort of brought me down playing football, because all boys would have been like, oh, you're a girl, you can't play football, boys are better and all. But now that I can show them that I can play at a higher level of football, it's really good and it helps your confidence.
Women's football's become a bigger thing, and I think it's good because we get to play against a lot of teams.
When I first started playing football, there was not one girls team where I lived, so I had to play with the boys obviously, and then now girls football is just so big and it's really good.
Started many years ago on a small scale, but we couldn't facilitate the kids when they got older, but because they'd left and went to other Irish League clubs and stuff, we're able to hold a lot of them because we're able to provide age groups right up through from, as I say, under 6 right up through to senior ladies.
Our team, we're all very close, we're all friends outside of the club as well.
Coaches are, I think they're they encourage you a lot. I think I've improved, become more confident.
We have a protocol around COVID, and when we started back last September, at the first time I came back, you can see all the signage. There's 1,500 cars with the signage around the place. There's all the new gazebos to be used for outside dressing rooms for next season, where boys will leave their bags, that won't be able to go in the dressing rooms. You can see the guys gathered up there with the vests on. There's 3 or 4 COVID supervisors here every night. Again, all volunteers who are making sure the one-way system's adhered to, making sure everybody sanitises their hands on the way out, and make sure that when they're standing along the side that they all socially distance.
Leading up to just before it was curtailed in March, we had won 10 out of 11 league games, and our form was excellent, so we put a great run. And I mean, the training sessions were fantastic. The boys' confidence was oozing out of them, and we were so near. You could just feel it, you could touch it, and it would mean the world to me to take this club in the Premier League, so it would. We're just glad to be back. We're just delighted to be back playing football, and we're not going to dwell on it. So the aim is we just dust ourselves down and we go again.
Hold the togetherness of the club from everyone, the groundsmen, all the others, all the staff, all great. Everyone's just gets on together.
You know, once you've been involved with this club, you want to stay involved with this club.
I've played since I was under 6, probably, in the youth club up the road. Carried the whole way on through with a couple of years hiatus at senior, but yeah, I've been back the last couple of years now and loving it.
My kids all played for this club. It's really a great community club now. You know, it's one of the biggest clubs in Belfast, if not in the north.
So I think I was 15 at the time. So I was from North Belfast originally, and I came up to South Belfast because I went to school here, and it was just a new world. Everybody's accent was differently, and they all actually played a different style of football at Rosario, and I think that's why I came back to the club, because I like the way they always try and play football.
It's my local club. It's my mum and dad brought me down. It was around the corner from me, and that was the club that I was always to play for.
Rosario's been a fantastic club since I moved to Belfast about 6 years ago. Great bunch of people, great volunteers, and just a great community club.
That's the best thing about Rosario, really, is just playing with your mates. That I find a lot of people who all live in the Norma Road would all socialise together as well, so there is a real community spirit, and I think that's really what sets us apart from a lot of other teams, that close togetherness that we've got within the club.
I've been involved in Rosario since I was, playing from the youth club opened when I was 14, 1978. And I started playing for Rosario then, and I started coaching when I was about 18 or 19. I took every team from the under 5s through to the first team. Everything I put into it, I get just as much back. You know, I really been part of the community, putting back into my community, but being involved with all the great friends we have.
The manager, he's brilliant. You know, he's very tactical, he's very good, he's very professional as well, what he goes about. He makes sure he gets what he wants out of the team.
A thing I always say to players that probably slag me for is I can't ask our players to be the best players in the league because we can't control that. So I always say to the boys, control the controllable. So be the hardest working and don't apologise for it.
As a mentor outside of football, or as a person, he's very good as well. He's a very funny character. He's not as serious when he's at the side of the pitch or on the training ground, but all round good man.
It's a privilege to represent this club, so it is. It's a privilege to go out there and play the game. So that's the ethos that runs right through our senior setup. Hard work, enjoyment, and just try and be the best you can be. I suppose the ultimate goal, a bit of a down the line, would be just to make the club a really competitive amateur league club. Just to compete with the bigger boys in the amateur league, the Crumlin Stars, and Maccaladas, East Belfast, and clubs in Rathhailens, things like that. And then, the club is ambitious, and there are going to be things in place to make this setup here at Lydia one of the best setups in the north. I suppose you could say it's a bit of a fantasy, but I would like to think we could even maybe go beyond amateur league at some point, because I think the facilities in place, the people behind the scenes are in place, and we'll have a growing and thriving youth setup as well.